Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly update with Kyle Johansson and the mayor. Before we jump into the weather, I want to talk about weather. You know, I don't know about you, Kyle, but I was all ready and prepared for there to even be a dusting if there were to be one this morning, because we kept hearing, you know, maybe an inch of snow. But I think everything shifted to the north, and we just got a little bit of kind of sleety stuff that came down and rain. And now, I don't know what the temperature is outside, but man, it's certainly not cold out there. But that's going to change, isn't it?
It's going to change.
All right. Talk us through the next 7 days, Kyle.
So today we got cloudy skies with periods of rain this afternoon. High of 51. Chance of rain, 90%. Tonight we got cloudy with snow showers developing after midnight. Low of 33. Chance of snow, 40%. Tomorrow we got snow showers, high of 37, low of 26, chance of snow 44%. Friday we got morning clouds followed by afternoon sun, high of 38, low of 34. Saturday we got cloudy skies, high of 47, low of 35. Sunday we got showers, high of 45, low of 34. Next Monday we got cloudy skies, high of 45, low of 28. Next Tuesday, we got afternoon rain and snow showers, high 41, low 33. And next Wednesday, which is February 1st, rain and snow mix, high 38, low 19. Chance of precipitation, 70%. And COVID, the good news is we have not seen our winter surge as we have in the last 2 years, but we are still monitoring a new Omicron subvariant. That's actually vaccines still work against it. And flu cases, we have peaked the flu. We usually peak the flu around end of January, early February, but we peaked it earlier than usual because it started earlier than usual, which is good because we're heading the other way too. In sports, we got the men's team won last night against Western Michigan, 88-68, and then we got women's basketball back home Saturday at 1, wrestling Sunday at 1, and next weekend it's Sips weekend also Battle of the Bricks for men's basketball next Saturday at 1 p.m. No. Take that back. It's at 2 o'clock p.m. next Saturday, and wrestling wraps up at home next Friday at 7 p.m. And wrestling, you do not need tickets for those because it's always free. No parking. Well, there's no paid parking. There's no tickets. Period. It's always free. Free admission to all. And baseball starts in about less than 2 months away. And then shortly after that, we got Copperheads, and then back to all you fall stuff again.
Yay, Copperheads. I'm looking forward to the Copperheads
Me
coming
too.
back.
And baseball, baseball and softball again too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not jumping too far ahead, and hopefully I'm not, but no, I agree with you. Yeah, and you know, it's this, and you would know, is this one of our warmest winters, at least to this point in time?
Yes, because we've been in a strong polar vortex phase, which means the polar vortex has been far north than usual.
Yeah, it's just weird, you know. Could it be global warming? You know. Anyway, thank you, Kyle. And I also want to add to your stuff about COVID. You know, I've talked about this before, but we still continue to do the sampling within our wastewater treatment system. We have 4 sites. One's at the community center, not there. One is at the wastewater treatment plant.
Richland Avenue,
Depot Street lift station,
and West State.
And yeah, on West State, and then we have the other one that is by the library, and then the university has their 5 sample sites. And just to be real about all this, that those viral load numbers do continue to bobble up and down. The most recent sampling results that I saw showed that there is again an increase. But unless I see trends to where we keep seeing tenfold increases in different sites, and we have not seen that. Then that's when there's a level of alarm. But again, I guess the other point being is that people need to still get vaxxed, and get boosted. And, pretty much everybody's eligible to get.
Yeah, except for the last final group, which should come out soon.
Yeah. So, Kyle, thank you. couple other things to share. We don't have a whole lot today. I do have a number of job listings that I want to make sure I mention. But to begin with, I had a really great interview, if you will, on a podcast that's put together by the former city council member and mayor of Clarksburg, West Virginia, who once upon a time was also the president of the National League of Cities. He puts on this really cool podcast called Amazing Cities. He's the author of the book Amazing Cities and Towns. So Scott and Ryan have graciously put that up and pushed it out on the city's website as well as on our social media platforms. So it's a really interesting, candid conversation that I had with Jim, because he was really interested in the town gown that we are and how things are going. So it's out there. I've also pushed it out on my personal Facebook account. So if you're interested in wanting to listen, I believe it's approximately a 40-minute conversation between the two of us about what makes Athens Athens. And we are a wonderful, great city, in my opinion. So check that out. Christmas tree pickup, it will continue through the end of this month. So again, if you are really hanging onto that tree, but you know that the needles are starting to drop, and likely they started dropping before Christmas and the holiday season. But if you're looking to get rid of it, you can call Engineering and Public Works and schedule an appointment for them to come and pick it up. You can call them at 592-3343. The only thing is that we request that you make sure it doesn't have ornaments on it, certainly no lights on it, and remove the tinsel if you use tinsel. Scott or Kyle, is tinsel still a thing? Do people? I haven't seen it in a long time either, but I don't know, maybe it exists out there. But again, this is a free service, so take advantage of having your tree picked up and hauled away. Athens Poet Laureate Poetry Party at Arts West. This is going to be Friday, January 27th. A celebration of thanks for the 2020-2022 Poet Laureate Wendy McVicker, and meet the new Poet Laureate for the city. This is Steph Kendrick. Steph came before City Council and took the helm as our fourth Poet Laureate for the city. So come down and check it out. It is 5:30 to 7 p.m. at Arts West, again on the 27th of January. They invite you to this thing. There will be open mic and refreshments. So if you yourself are a poet, you can probably rap off a poem or two. But again, this is a big thank you to Wendy McVicker and all that she was able to accomplish as our third Poet Laureate. The Washington Street Sidewalk Project, still chugging on. It'll be taking, that process will go through spring. This is between North Schaefer and South Lancaster Street. So just FYI that project continues. And this is really in alignment with the report that came out at City Council on Monday evening from the ad hoc accessible sidewalk committee that put a lot of work into putting together a very detailed and lengthy report that council has been digesting and figuring out what our next steps are. Many recommendations within that report. But anyway, here's another example of some of the work that the city is putting into creating safer pedestrian passageways. So keep that in mind. I mentioned jobs. Oh, before I go to jobs, I was just kind of perusing through the A News, and there was an announcement in here, and I don't know if, Scott, if we've talked about this before at all or not, but the county dog license deadline for your canine friend is January 31st. So I know we just renewed our dog license not too long ago for our beloved Aussie Doodle. Tito is his name. But you need to make sure your dogs are licensed here in the city of Athens. So you've got until the 31st of January to do that. Jobs. If you go to www.ci.athens.oh.us/jobs, just put in JOBS. Looking for summer jobs. We've got plenty of them. We have, you'll see a posting for lifeguard, to where there is also training that the city is doing at the pool to train lifeguards, or training that's being done at some tank of water for lifeguard, Red Cross lifeguard training. So there's lifeguards, and those positions start at $12 an hour. I believe that might actually be $13 an hour. Scott, let's do some fact checking to see, because I know that head lifeguard. All right. Thank you. We're looking for a head lifeguard as well, and that starts at $13 an hour. I'm not going to read the job descriptions. You can go online and read them for yourself. Pool cashiers, that is another posting. That is a $12 an hour job. And they're also looking at program coordinators, recreation. This would be recreation program coordinator will assist the program specialist and assistant director with the development, planning, implementation of programs and events while monitoring facilities use and services provided. So there's more in here. But if you're interested in being a Arts, Parks, and Recreation Program Coordinator, you can check that out. That starting pay is $12 an hour. And then finally, we have before and after school childcare instructors that are being sought, at least opens, vacancies. That position unto itself, I'm not seeing on here what this is $11 an hour? Thank you. $11 an hour. This is working with our before and after school programs that we have at the community center. So if that's something that is of interest to you, I think we should really kind of get that out to the Patton College of Education that has all of the early childhood instructional programming at Ohio University, but now you know, for anyone who's watching today. Remind us, what's the next game, and when might be the next Rufus sighting here in the city of Athens when it comes to
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday, and this is going to be for
Women's basketball and wrestling.
Basketball and wrestling, and I guarantee Kyle Johansson is going to be there.
I will.
I know you're going to be there. All right. Thanks for joining Kyle and I, and please join us again next week for the next weekly update with